age 3. Joseph Martinez, age 8. Andre Martinez, age 13.
Yeah, the toothless white trash and their federal Gestapo controllers are not welcome here in Central Texas, where the real patriots reside. We don't want terrorists here. We want our country back. Come on, tell them, people.
Time and again, people asked you, is this genuinely a neutral political platform?
We are committed to being a platform for all ideas. That means that we want to make it so that people can come to our service and share any idea across the political spectrum. And I can commit to you here today that we have never and will not make decisions about what content is allowed or how we do ranking on the basis of a political orientation.
So if you yesterday were looking for Alex Jones, you may have found him. Today you're not going to find him.
Apple, Facebook, Spotify and YouTube all completely banned InfoWars within 12 hours of each other, clearly suggesting big tech collusion and proving their terms of service are all bullshit. This is political censorship. This is the purge.
First they came for Alex Jones and I didn't speak out because I'm not Alex Jones. I still think that we shouldn't regulate these companies.
So the Great Purge, my friends, is upon us. The left is doing what it always does, which is to attempt to destroy voices raised up against it in rational opposition, advocating for freedom, free markets, limited government, and a reduction of the general amount of coercion within society.
They've come for Alex and they don't stop there. They will not stop with Alex Jones. They will come for absolutely everybody else. They'll come for all of us. They'll come for all of us, and it becomes a big problem then when the only options left for news are the ones you know aren't true, the ones you fled from. You came to YouTube for a reason. You came to these platforms because they permitted and welcomed genuinely all ideas when they began. Well, not so much anymore. And this is real election meddling. You want to talk about meddling? This is it. If you just nuke the alternative media, what are you left with? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're just going to go quietly into that good night and just go, that's it, you deleted Alex Jones, no problem. We'll just sit there and take it. No. What you've done. That Internet Bill of Rights is on the way, my friends. You being regulated like public utilities is on the way, and if your corporate empires have to be broken up to do it, that is what will fucking happen. And the left certainly wants to brand everybody a Nazi, and they do that for a reason, so that they can justify violence against those people they deem to be Nazis.
People should be allowed to express themselves even if they're nuts. Let's entertain the idea that Alex Jones is actually a crackpot tinfoil, lunatic, which many people in the mainstream, they hold that view. Does that mean that somebody who has something wrong with their mind isn't allowed to speak? They're not allowed to use Facebook, they're not allowed to use YouTube. What if somebody is actually mentally ill and they have a YouTube channel and they start ranting and raving about the moon gremlins trying to steal their cheese? Do they have a right to speak? In my opinion, they do.
It's absolutely wrong to deplatform someone in this manner on what? Well, he said this, he did that. Well, you show me, sort by order of egregiousness, and you show me how Alex Jones is at the top of anyone's list compared to the jihadis and Antifas and other organizations out there openly calling for, advocating and planning for, and plotting for violence. Come on. This man has been anti-war as long as I've known him. Passionately, vociferously anti-war. He's for small government, limited government, constitutionality, and so on. This is not...
An electronic wall is being built. We need congressional action now. We need a digital Bill of Rights. We need new laws that block big tech monopolies from discriminating against people based on their political opinion.
This feral escalation of abuse and violence and threats and deplatforming is going to escalate into war. History is very clear on this point. And I don't know if the left knows how much it's going to escalate. I don't know if they want it. I don't know what the hell is going on. But I'm telling you, it's coming. Unless we keep free speech alive, unless we agree to stop using threats and violence, verbal abuse, hysteria, calling people far-right, Nazis, literally Hitlers, unless we can cool that rhetoric, we are going to end up with bayonets pointed at each other's hearts.
I'm their target, I'm not their victim. It's not the same for my son or for my family.
Daddy!
Guess who's coming on holiday?
Daddy!
Coming on holiday, babe. Come here. Come here. Alright.
It's best to let the unreasonable opposition speak, because they manifest themselves as unreasonable, and then everyone can see it. And so that's part of the reason that you want free speech.
And people say, well, Alex Jones, these wild conspiracy theories, they didn't pan out. Yeah, for sure, some of his wild conspiracy theories did not pan out. But some of them did. And if free speech requires that you be perfect, then you have no free speech at all. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. And if you say somebody who makes a mistake, somebody who's wrong about something, no longer has the right of free speech, well, guess what? You're not perfect. And you will be next.
You can smear us, defame us, ban us, sue us, imprison us. It doesn't matter, because the horse has already bolted. The worldwide populist surge cannot be muted. It cannot be unpublished. It cannot be unlisted. It cannot be deleted. Whatever you do, it cannot and will not be silenced.
The purpose is to get people to ask questions. The purpose is to get people to break out of their conditioning. The purpose is to get people to start thinking by any means necessary, without violence.